Music. Ongaku. Music. What do these three things all have in common? They all mean the same thing in three different languages. I'm sure none of you need an introduction to music. I hope. You can't escape it, it's everywhere. Could you imagine walking into a Walmart and it's just ambience? I can't, and if I could, I'd probably be saved a spot in the ninth circle of hell. My relationship with music is one of hate, reconciliation, and betrayal. On one hand, I love to listen to music. I have Spotify Premium for a reason, but on the other hand, I can't stand other people's music. Exhibit A. Pop music. Literally the bane of my existence. There are three major issues I have with pop. First of all, I'ma be real, it's the most basic thing ever. A lot of it tends to be super repetitive, like, I get it bro, in this world it's just us. Hello? Now let's turn to the country that produces the greatest music in the world. Japan. This may sound like I'm kinda weeby, but it's not, I promise. Let's take Harry Styles' As It Was as an example. You can see clearly the chorus is the exact same both time it repeats, is a significant portion of the song, and even when played through once, the first two lines repeat. Now take a look at the Oni My Sister's Himegoto Kuraishi Sutazu. Actually, let's not, because I have no idea where the chorus is in here. Oh look, the female sex symbol. There is barely any repetition. The song just keeps moving forwards, and despite my Japanese being worse than the newborns, I can feel in my heart and soul that the lyrics are changing, despite not understanding them. My second problem with pop is straight up the instrumentals. I just don't like them. There's a thread I saw on Twitter that describes the differences between American and Japanese music. Yes, I'm gonna jerk off the Nihonjins again. Some of these include the influence of jazz, having stronger melodies with more notes, and of course the lack of repetition. One thing I learned while studying the Japanese language is that it's spoken in this rhythmic way, so it just naturally integrates itself into music. So in conclusion, Japanese music is just straight up more complex than what you'd hear in Western pop music. That doesn't necessarily make it objectively better, but that's a personal preference that I have. But now we're up to my third issue. Pop is popular and unavoidable. Like, it's one thing having a bad movie franchise be popular, but at the end of the day, I don't have to watch the movies. Music is unescapable. You go shopping and suddenly you have dynamite blasting through the entire building. What makes it worse for me, however, is that I work in retail and I am about to go insane. It's literally satanic, but it shouldn't be too hard to imagine. I dislike the song is repetitive, and it gets played over and over again. Of course, I'm gonna start hating it more and more. But hey, at least I can take refuge at my own home. It's now the norm to just use popular songs in videos for no reason at all.
Thank you, TikTok.
Why the f does this video need the song? Artistic integrity is dead. Another thing I never understood about music is why so many standalone songs get so popular. Like, I straight up do not care about anyone in the music industry. Most of my playlist is stuff from soundtracks because the listener always has a closer relationship with a song from a soundtrack than a standalone song. Industry Baby is cool, but I have no real emotional attachment to the song.
You sussy baka!
Compare that to playing Persona 5, spoilers for vanilla Persona 5 by the way. Imagine this, you've poured in over 100 hours into the game. All hope seems lost. The moment is backed by a musical piece that should seem familiar to the player, one that plays when your fellow fandom thieves experience the peak of their resolve. Then you see it. The last light of hope. It's all you need to get through the final trial. The music switches, now an empowering version of the final boss theme. Joker speaks out loud, something that's incredibly rare to find in many of the game's cutscenes, so hearing it cements the moment into your mind.
Pillage him! Satanael!
Every moment in the scene is perfectly scripted out. The game mechanics are implemented into the cutscene. I deadass thought I was gonna die when I first watched it. And the cinematography? It's so cool how Joker points his normal ass pistol at a literal god. You think, what is he gonna do with that tiny thing? Then it reveals how his movements were being mimicked by his massive persona, and that persona has a gun of his own. Literally peak gaming. Then when the game ends, you hear the first music piece again, this time with lyrics to play over the credits. This song is my final impression of Persona 5 after over 100 hours. In that time, friends were made, lives were changed, and muscles were built. I cannot imagine a standalone song topping that ever. You guys know Running Up That Hill? I don't actually like it as a song. I never would have liked it if I heard it on its own. But because it was used in Stranger Things during a crazy emotional and climactic moment, it stuck in my head, and I associate it with those strong emotions. Taste. It's a funny way to describe what most people consider subjective, but I would argue that if you like the taste of dung, then you just objectively have bad taste. I myself have quite different tastes from what's popular. While everyone watches Marvel movies, I'm in my corner waiting for the next loop on the third installment, and this drives me crazy every day. I've recently come to the conclusion that if you're into something more niche, you're allowed to hate popular things. Why? Most of us live in a world revolving around capitalism, so media franchises grow according to their popularity. I've been to karaoke places a few times, and I realized there aren't many songs I enjoy that they have listed. There are two reasons for this. Firstly, I listen to mostly gamer music, so the soundtracks aren't really treated the same as albums or singles. Secondly, there's no such thing as Western cartoon or TV drama music because most TV shows just have boring title cards as their openings. There's anime music on these karaoke machines, but the only song I can sing to is Kimi no Se, and not even the full thing, just the TV-sized version. So basically, due to my personal taste in how I enjoy music, my potential for fun is greatly diminished compared to someone who can listen to Taylor Swift. This then translates into a feeling of disappointment. Then I start thinking about what ifs. Then I begin hating everything popular and start wishing that what I liked was in their place. What makes it worse is if the popular thing is bad. I have never heard anyone say a good thing about Boruto or Jurassic World, but here we are. Like, I don't know guys, when I went to Japan there were walls of One Piece figures, yet I was struggling to find anything I wanted to buy. I'm jealous, I'm envious, and I'm not even gonna pretend I'm not. That's the emotion I feel towards popular things I don't like. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I like to think I'm a good person. I like good characters. Characters with charm. Or they could just be really hot. I don't like bad guys. Grr. Breaking Bad, not for me.
Say my name. My name.
Lucifer? This is literally Satanism again. WTF. Sometimes these songs are actually just lame. Once I walked into someone listening to this.
Ass, titties, ass and titties.
Leave me alone! Some of these songs just piss me off. I feel like I wouldn't like the people who wrote them.
When you say that you're obsessed with me too.
I can't bang my head to this, it's an unhealthy relationship. Apparently this song promotes self-love, but if so, that is conveyed very poorly. Holy moly poopy-oly. Was it critically panned? Yeah, but it still did well commercially. There's more to music than beeps and boops make brain go burr. Please consider the lyrics, I beg of you.
I just killed my ex.
I think most people listen to music because it's catchy and that's it. Butter by BTS may sound catchy, but the song is literally jerking themselves off. It's a meaningless song, style over substance as they say. Holy guacamole, why am I racist now? You can always argue that songs don't need to be deep, but I can also ask why settle for less?
Emilia is the one I love.
Okay, if it's just music, you can argue back at me. And you know what? I agree, my friend. You are logical and a human being. Too bad they don't make more of you, because I feel like people are too trigger happy when it comes to denouncing music. People suck, I'm sick of our species, and will soon be joining Elon Musk and moving to Mars. I find it way too common of a trend for people to just nonchalantly say, your music sucks, as if it's a fact when realistically both people will listen to music of similar quality. Guys, let's be real. If someone put on Sonic the Hedgehog's Night of the Wind by Crush 40 and Bon Jovi's Livin' on a Prayer, we all know who would get more respect, but realistically one song isn't better than the other. They're both similar songs, and I feel like realistically, if you enjoy one, you should be able to easily enjoy the other. As annoying as I find this meme, it do be spitting right now.
both as good.
A lot of music taste is literally just bias. One song is much more well known and beloved, while the other just kinda circled around a smaller community. But because humanity sucks, one will be treated better than the other. Again, I can let people enjoy things, but they didn't let me enjoy things first. Honorable mentions. You know why the planet was devastated by so many floods in 2011? Because One Direction was too busy making every living female/gay man wet. Boy bands. I despise men. Justin Bieber isn't in a band, but he's a man, so he sucks. Look at these compelling lyrics. This is what every girl ever got themselves off to in 2010. Fantastic. The weird 80s/90s purist kid. You guys ever knew a person like that? Yeah, f them. Nightcore. Need I say more? Guys, I'm growing more cynical as the video progresses, so let me just stop before I piss off dubstep listeners.